Here we go. Thomas Calvin, how many changes of food he has? Well, he embraced the meme.
Game of the year is...
Okay, here we go.
Mon ami Clair Obscur, Expédition 33.
Let's go, dude! Oh, man, I'm so worried, dude. Oh. Let's go, dude.
Ladies.
All right. Listen, I need to talk to you guys. I need to open up. I need to be real. I really need to talk about this. And I'm glad I can share this with you guys. And the first thing I want to say is during the entire year, I really, really wanted Expedition 33 to win. This specifically. Because if you care or not about the Game Awards, it's something that the entire industry is watching. And it does give a lot of merit to the developers, to what they're trying to do with the game. You know, someone asked someone artist someone was deserved as this one. I agree, and I want to state that the bigger reason why I wanted them to win is because of how important the game was to me this year. But the second one is a little bit more selfish, and I thought that honestly, I didn't think they were going to win as much as they did, but I do think that they deserved every single win they got. Right, including the Game of the Year. Absolutely. I wanted this to win so bad, right? And I really want to share this with you guys. Because did you hear what he said? We know that Expedition 33 got a lot of inspiration from many games. Not just, you know, the main one everybody's thinking about. Lost Odyssey. I see a lot of inspiration from things like even the Mario RPG, Chrono Cross, Legend of Dragoon. I see a lot of inspiration from those games. And out of every single game that they've said or we've seen that they received inspiration from, he decided to name Hironobu Sakaguchi. If he had one guy to thank for what Expedition 33 became, it was Hironobu Sakaguchi, and that fucking got me, dude. It really did. For those who don't know, Hironobu Sakaguchi was the creator of Final Fantasy and the lead developer in the game until Final Fantasy X. Right after Final Fantasy X, he left. The reason why it hits so hard and the reason why I wanted this to win so bad is because when I played Expedition 33 this year, it felt like I was actually playing the next installment in the Final Fantasy series, in the major numbered titles. It felt so good, so immersive, and such a fresh new take on turn-based role-playing systems that I came back to me when I was 16, 14 something. When I was expecting the next installment on the Final Fantasy series and I never got it. This was, like, I'm not here, I don't want to discredit Final Fantasy 11 or 12 or anything that came after it. I think there are a lot of things that made those games special too. But this was my personal Final Fantasy 11. Absolute video game. Yeah, no, 100%. And I'm glazing the game like this and I'm talking about it just because of how special this experience really was to me. And how reminiscent of my favorite gaming franchise it was. And I want to say, and I'm saying this, and the reason why I told you guys that the second motive I had for wanting the game to win this bad was selfish is because I am going to hold this shitstorm over Square-Enix for the rest of my life. Because I love Square-Enix. I love Square-Enix to the factor that they provided me with my favorite gaming franchise, my favorite characters, and games that literally changed my life during my early teenage and my teenagehood and adulthood, right? So I will always love them for that. But they gaslit me. That's the word. They gaslit me for over 20 years, trying to make me believe that turn-based games were just dead, that they would never get new fans if they kept doing Final Fantasy the way that they did. They gaslit everybody in saying Final Fantasy just isn't going to survive if we don't change the core gameplay, if we don't change what we're doing. And they did that for so long that I believed it. Like, you know, the sales of Final Fantasy 15, they were a good indication that maybe they were going on the right direction. And I really liked Final Fantasy 16, but it's because, like, I like action games too, right? Turn-based games are probably still my favorite genre, but I love action games too. So I thought, you know what, maybe this is it, right? With how I liked 16, I thought they gaslit me. They did it. Like, they were like, okay, yeah, sure. Maybe this is what you guys need to do. But then out of nowhere, we get a game that's made by fans. Because we can't rely on the companies anymore. We've got to rely on the fans. We get a game that's made by actual, real, down-to-earth Final Fantasy fans. And it's Final Fantasy, man. And it's the sequel I wanted for 20 years. It really was something else. It made my fucking year, dude. And the whole reason why I want to say Square a big old fuck you for what you did to me and what you did to the turn-based fans is because Square had all the money and all the talent that they ever needed to make something like this, or at least as good, 10 years ago. This could have been you, but I guess you even gaslit yourself. Now, there's always the comment of like, and I kind of get what that's coming from, where like, dude, Final Fantasy would never win Game of the Year just for the fact it's Final Fantasy. And I see where people come from that, right? But I choose to be a little bit more optimistic in that regard. I legitimately think this could have been that. But no. Now, what are you doing now? You tried to cater to Western players that don't give a shit about you. You tried to cater to players that would not even play your games in the first place. You spent your money making fucking Forspoken. And now you're making gacha games that you're going to close in a year that are literally just scams to scam out the actual fans out of their money before you close those servers. That's what you're doing right now. That's your legacy right now, right? Except 14. 14's fine. You know, anything that Yoshi P puts his hand in is still fine. But overall, Square-Enix is just one major fucking disappointment right now. Just to be fair, what games does Square-Enix has right now that everybody likes? It's the Division 5 games. Octopath Traveler, remake of Live Alive, Triangle Strategy. I've never seen anybody completely shit-talk those games, dude. Everybody likes those games. And what are they? They're turn-based RPGs. Like, Jesus, wow. Like, insane, right? That's crazy. What? The company that's made turn-based RPGs actually break the barrier into mainstream? It makes good turn-based RPGs? Wow, dude! It's Game of the Year, take that Square. Yes, take that Square. Right? Fuck you, Square Enix. You accept Yoshi P. Alright, let me take my boy out of this. But fuck you, Square Enix. You didn't give a shit about me. You only gave a shit about your quote-unquote new fans that you wanted to gather that didn't even fucking play your games. So fuck you. We needed the fans of Final Fantasy to get old enough to make video games to get a new Final Fantasy. And thank God we did. Congratulations to Sandfall Interactive. Congratulations to Expedition 33 and everybody involved. You guys are the most OG fans of turn-based RPGs I've seen in a good time. And you deserve every single award you got. I still think a lot of the games that were there also would have deserved to win, right? I do. Granted, the FF7 remakes aren't bad, even though they're turn-based. No, like, here's, just because they're making action games, it doesn't mean the action games are bad, right? I liked the FF7 remakes. Yes, I did. Now, would I have preferred they were turn-based? Probably. But I'm okay with them. I think that the battle system in Final Fantasy VII, I think they really nailed it. I really do. You guys know me. I think they nailed the battle system in Remake, and I had a lot of fun with that game. I played over 100 hours in both games, right? Platinum both games. But the point here is how much they push the narrative that a AAA turn-based game would never work. How adamant they were on that, dude. How insanely adamant they were about it. Fuck you, dude. I'm really happy. I'm really happy. This is one of the best endings for the year that I could have asked for, and I think that we're on the right timeline. Because this success makes other people want to do the same thing, right? Oh, I guess turn-based games work, right? And I think Square is too late. Now, if they try to make a turn-based 3 AAA, I don't know. I don't even know if they know how to make these games anymore. Legitimately. It was a good show. It was a good show. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, I love you. Subscribe.